Alright, this might be one of the most confusing mid-range phones of the year, because on paper it looks like a killer deal, but in real life, it's a bit more complicated than that. This is the Moto G Stylus 2026. And yes, it's still one of the only phones in this price range that give you a built-in stylus. But the real question is, does that alone justify buying it in 2026? Or are you better off going with something more powerful, more future-proof? Let's talk about it. Real world, no fluff. First off, the vibe of this phone is honestly really solid. The design hasn't changed much from last year, but that's not a bad thing. You get this clean Motorola look with a vegan leather back that actually feels premium in the hand. It's grippy, doesn't pick up fingerprints, and just feels practical. Not flashy, but very usable. And those new Pantone colors? Yeah, they actually look good. Subtle, but stylish. It's also surprisingly tough. You've got IP68 and even IP69 water resistance, plus some military-grade durability certifications. Translation? This thing can handle rough use better than most phones in this price range. So if you're someone who drops their phone, yeah, this is already scoring points. Now the display. This is where things get interesting. You're getting a 6.7-inch AMOLED panel, 120 Hz refresh rate, and a sharp 1220p resolution. And in daily use, it looks great. Smooth scrolling, vibrant colors, and overall just a pleasant experience whether you're watching videos or just browsing. Brightness is decent too. Not the absolute best in class, but definitely usable outdoors. But here's the catch. No HDR support for video. And that's weird in 2026. So while the screen itself is good, you're not getting that full premium media experience. If you're big into Netflix or YouTube HDR content, you'll notice that limitation. Now let's talk about the performance. And this is where I'm going to be blunt. This phone is powered by the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3. And yeah, that's basically the same story as last year. In real-world use, it's fine. Apps open quickly. Scrolling is smooth. Multitasking works. For everyday stuff, social media, messaging, light editing, it does the job. But here's the problem. For a $500 phone in 2026, fine is not enough. You've got competitors offering way better performance in this price range. And while this chip is stable and doesn't overheat, it's already behind. And that means it's not going to age well. Gaming? Casual games are fine. But anything heavy, you'll start to feel the limits. So if you're planning to keep this phone for 2 to 3 years, just know you're not buying something future-proof. Now the cameras. On paper, it's a simple setup. 50 megapixel main, 13 megapixel ultra wide, and a 32 megapixel selfie camera. And honestly, it's decent. The main camera takes good photos in daylight. Colors are punchy, dynamic range is solid, and overall shots look nice for social media. Not flagship level, but definitely usable. Portraits come out pretty good too, nothing crazy but reliable. The ultra wide, it's okay. Not super sharp, but it gets the job done. Low light is where things fall apart a bit. You'll get usable shots, but don't expect miracles. There's noise, some overprocessing, and detail isn't great. Video recording is surprisingly decent though, especially stabilization. You can shoot 4K, and for casual content creation, it works. So overall, this is a safe camera system. Not exciting, not terrible, just good enough. Now let's talk about the real highlight, the stylus. This is the reason this phone exists. And honestly, it's actually pretty good. This year, it's an active stylus, which means better precision, more responsiveness, and more features. You've got a button on the stylus, a clicker at the top. It actually feels like a proper tool, not just a gimmick. Pull it out and you instantly get options. Note-taking, sketching, annotating screenshots, even AI-powered sketch-to-image features. And in real life, it's fun. If you're someone who likes to jot down notes quickly, sign documents, or just doodle, this is genuinely useful. Handwriting recognition works well too, which makes it even more practical. But here's the honest truth. If you're not going to use the stylus regularly, this phone loses a huge part of its value. Because without the stylus, it's just a mid-range phone with average performance. Battery life is actually one of the strong points. You got a 5,200 milliamp hours battery, and in real-world use, It easily lasts a full day. Calls, videos, browsing. It handles everything comfortably. Charging is fast too. 68 watts wire gets you to around 70% in 30 minutes, and full charge in under an hour. Plus, you even get wireless charging, which is rare in this segment. So yeah, battery experience? Solid. Now software. It's running Android 16 with Motorola's Hello UI. And if you've used a Moto phone before, you know what to expect. Clean, smooth, and very close to stock Android. Gestures are fun and actually useful, like the chop gesture for flashlight or twist for camera. You also get some AI tools like Gemini, but nothing too crazy. The real downside? Only 2 major Android updates. In 2026, that's honestly weak. Competitors are offering way more long-term support. So again, not future-proof. Now, let's talk about value. This phone starts at around $499. And this is where things get tricky, because the Moto G Stylus 2025 is way cheaper now, and it's almost the same phone. So unless you really want the updated stylus and slightly better storage, the older model might actually make more sense. And then you got competitors offering better performance, better cameras, or better overall value, just without the stylus. So you really need to ask yourself, do you actually need that stylus? All right, final verdict. The Moto G Stylus 2026 is a good phone, but it's not a smart buy for everyone. If you genuinely want a stylus phone at this price, and you'll actually use it for notes, productivity, or creativity, then yeah, this is a solid option. Great display, good battery, clean software. It delivers a balanced experience. But if you're just looking for the best phone for $500, this is not it. The performance is already behind, updates are limited, and the upgrades over last year are honestly minimal. So here's the blunt truth. Buy this phone for stylus. If that's not your priority, skip it. There are better options out there. Now I'm curious, would you actually use a stylus on your phone daily? Or is it just one of those features that sounds cool, but ends up sitting unused? Let me know.